You know, during the entire international break, whenever I thought about football, never thought about any of the fixtures going on. I didn't really care. I only thought about this match right here. Man City vs Arsenal at the Etihad. It was all I could think about when it comes to football. And as an Arsenal fan, I was very excited, but also worried. Excited because, well, if we were to win, we'd become pole favourites for the title. Winning at the Etihad is no small feat, and having done it would have been a huge step forward to finally getting that trophy that we should have gotten last season. Worried because, well, it's Man City. It's the Etihad. You don't win at the Etihad. You lose at the Etihad. That's like a rule of football these days. But I couldn't wait. And it's come and it's gone. And I'll be honest, for the neutrals, it was an absolutely dreadful match. Not the best viewing. You know, you could argue these are the two best offensive teams in the league, maybe in the world, but that wasn't what was showcased today. There were some great performances in this match, but they were defensive performances. But either way, we have what we have. And what we have is a 0-0 draw at the Etihad. Point of today's video is to go through the performances from both teams and give my thoughts on what this could mean for the title race. Now, there isn't actually much to talk about when it comes to the performances from both teams, because like I said in the beginning, it's not really an eventful match. It was kind of a snooze fest. The highlights are defensive highlights, but let's try to go through it. The first half, it started out with City kind of just bombarding Arsenal with pressure. Not with shots, they had barely any shots, but they did pressure Arsenal very well. They did contain the game into Arsenal's final third, and whenever Arsenal did try to get out, they couldn't. They were pressurized almost always with 2-3 players, and then got the ball back and they would go again, trying throughout the wings, trying to break through. But that's where Arsenal come in, and that's where their credit is. They could not break through all throughout. Arsenal kept a solid back line. Saliba and Gabriel were both terrific. Saliba got man of the match against Liverpool at Anfield, and Nabs got one again at Etihad. But for me, as great as Saliba was, my man of the match was Gabriel. He contained Haaland all throughout. Did a great job. It was a fantastic performance from both Saliba and Gabriel, who for me, I would say are the best partnership centre-back pairing in the league right now. On City's side of things, defensively themselves too, they were good. I thought Gavardia had a good game. I thought Kanji had a good game. I thought Diaz had a good game. I thought Rodri had a good game. And his counterpart Rice too had a good game. It was the defensive players in both sides that had good games. Offensively, I thought De Bruyne for City lacked creativity. His final pass was not good enough. Foden and Saka were both very silent. Didn't hear much from either of them. Jesus for me was the most threatening player for Arsenal, followed by Odegaard. I thought if a goal was to come for Arsenal, it'd be from those two. And on City with Haaland, he was quiet. Once again, Haaland, when he doesn't score a goal, you really start to see what is his effect apart from scoring goals. It's very minimal, and in a game like this, it showed once again. Moving on to the second half, did anything change? Not really. But while City did dominate possession, I felt like Arsenal had the better chances. You know, a game like this is built on moments. When it's this tight, it's all about moments. When the moment comes, you have to take it. And Arsenal had that moment. Second half, 80 minutes, 80 or 85 minutes, something like that. Partey and Martinelli are on. Now, Partey started a bit rough, but he started to get into his own. Back from injury, he looked somewhat okay. I liked how he looked. He gets the ball. He does a fantastic ball through City's midfield into Odegaard. Cuts through Rodri, cut through one other player with him. Forgot who it was. Anyway, it's on to Odegaard. Odegaard with a fantastic through ball to Trossard on the left. Now Trossard in this position, he is in. What he should do is stay going down the line at full speed, keeping the ball to his left side and then crossing it right through the pitch to Martinelli, who is open on the far right side, and right then and there you have a easy chance. But no, Trossard makes a mistake. His first touch fails him and it goes onto his right side, and Akanji catches up with him and the chance is gone. He still gets a shot off, but it's a half chance in what could have been a goal. And it was that moment there where Arsenal could have come through and stolen the win, but they didn't. These games are built on moments, and Arsenal failed to take theirs. Same with City. It was a very contained performance, and I also want to say that it felt like Arsenal, not felt like, it is. Arsenal had a plan to play for a draw, really. You know, back in the day we'd call this parking the bus, and it was. Let's not try to sugarcoat it. It was in some way parking the bus, but there was an offensive threat from Arsenal, and they could have gotten the win here just as much as City. There's not much else to talk about really tactically. It was a defensive game, but what we can talk about is how City and Arsenal should feel about this result, because who cares about the performance? It's about the result. That's all that matters, right? Now, City, a bit worried. They currently find themselves 3 points behind Liverpool in first, who, by the way, won earlier today against Brighton, and 1 point behind Arsenal. They are third in this three-man title race. They were home at the Etihad. I think they should feel a bit upset. They had some injuries to deal with. I understand that, but that's the sport. You have to deal with it, and a team like City, with the players they have on the bench, are more capable of dealing with this than any other team in the world. So I don't really want to hear any excuses. I think they will feel, and they should feel, a bit down about this. Winning here for me was more important for City than it was for Arsenal. Now, Arsenal, 50-50. It's a draw at Etihad. It's a clean sheet at the Etihad, which, by the way, is the first time anyone has kept a clean sheet at the Etihad in, I believe, 57 games. That is no small feat. That is something to be proud of. But Liverpool did win. They beat Brighton 2-1, and now they lost their first place position. They're now second, but I think they can feel okay. We have to be realistic. A win at Etihad is a bit much. A draw kind of felt a bit much, but we got that, and personally I feel good about it. I am happy with this draw. Now, how Liverpool should feel? Over the moon. It's exactly what they would have wanted. They are now top, 2 points ahead of Arsenal, 3 points ahead of City. They are in a fantastic position, and with the remaining fixtures left for all three teams, Liverpool should have full belief in their capabilities of winning this title. But the same goes for me, Arsenal and City. You know, I made a video last week talking about the title race. I said City were my favorites. How do I feel now? The exact same. Now look, yes, when I made that video, I was under the belief that City would actually beat Arsenal. I really did think that. I thought City would beat us, but having not beaten us, it's not a big deal. I believe their fixtures remaining are the least challenging of the three. And in general, I do think City are a better team and more consistent team than Arsenal and Liverpool, and will prove that once again. We are in crunch time, and Manchester City in crunch time, as they have in the past 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons, are always about business. They always perform around this time, and I don't think it will be any different. I expect Arsenal and Liverpool to drop points to the point where City can pounce on that and overcome both of them. I'm not saying it's clear cut. In my title race video, I said that I give City a 40% chance of winning it, 30% for Arsenal, 30% for Liverpool. It's still the same. It's tight. It's extremely close. It's a great watch. It's a fantastic title race to watch. But I do tip it in Manchester City's favour. Right now, there's no issue with choosing Liverpool, no issue choosing with Arsenal. But for me, it's still Man City. Before today's game and after today's game, I still trust City to run it back and achieve the levels of last season, winning their 4th title in a row. And we're going to end the video right there. Let me know what you think down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is it still City's title like I think it is? Or can Liverpool get that final Premier League title for Klopp in his final season? Or will Arsenal get their first in 20 years? Comment down below your thoughts. Like if you liked, subscribe for more, and as always, take care of yourselves.